Two men using kids to fight their midlife crisis. Film at 11. Alright, today on Infinite Realms, we're going to review Cobra Kai Season 5. And I really love Season 4. I really love Season 3, Season 2, Season 1. All of them were great. Season 5 stumbles a bit. So, really the problem here is that they kind of wrote themselves into a corner. Is that, Yagido's done. So, everybody kind of scatters. Miguel goes to Mexico. Johnny goes chasing after him. Daniel's just trying to avoid everything. Except he's not. He's just secretly doing it. He doesn't want to teach the kids anymore, but he's still agging things on. He sends in Chosen, who surprised me being in this season, as sort of a spy for for Terry Silver, and that gets blown up in one episode, so it's like, okay, that was pointless. And and that's the problem, is there's just all this disparaging stuff at first there, and it's all trying to get all the chess pieces back into place, and it's kind of disjointed and unfocused. Then Miguel and Robbie work out their differences by fighting, and in the middle of the fight they just kind of stop and like, why are you doing this, man? And all the while here's Kreese in jail telling Tori, hey, I need to keep you here because that way. And again, this is a plot line that just falls down at the end. It's just like, what were you even doing, Kreese? You were up to something. What, and he just stops and says, no, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay. So, and that's the point. There's a lot of plot points here that just kind of fall down. And they don't go anywhere. And it's like, did you even think about where you were going with this at all? And I get the feeling they didn't. So, yeah, and Daniels gets sprung back in action because he doesn't want Cobra Kai to go international. What? That's the big plan? Okay, and to enter a karate tournament, that's a big deal, but apparently nobody knows about it. Because they need Silver's connections to be more well known. Why do you want to be part of it? I don't understand. It's just... But we want to make sure that they don't do this. So we have to come in and challenge, and then we get a little tiny tournament. And a little teeny tiny tournament doesn't really do much anything besides show that Silver paid off a ref again. And now we're going to make sure that we win. Except we don't win, and it doesn't matter who wins because they're going to pick based on other criteria anyway. They make that very clear. So then they pick both dojos to go to this gigantic tournament that nobody heard about. And we don't know why this is important. Other than, at least... after everybody puts away their differences and they run over and break into Cobra Kai and they catch Silver admitting he bribed the ref on a security camera. They were originally going over there to get the beatdown footage, but yeah, it ended up being, nah, we're going to get you caught up for that. And then, the guy can admit the beatdown footage. Kreese supposedly dies in prison, and then it turns out he faked his death and he escaped. So, but what's he gonna do? It's not like he can start Cobra Kai up. Silver's gone, so there's no Cobra Kai now. But there is the Danny Chosen studio thingy with Johnny that doesn't have a name. And then, you know, there's several times Silver just seems to go way too freaking far for this goal. I mean, he pretty much says he's going to kill Johnny. He almost kills Chosen. I mean, it looked like he did kill Chosen. They really fooled us on that one. Barnes shows up, and he's a furniture salesman now, and that's what he does. And then he gets pissed because his place gets burned down, and his wife leaves him, and all this kind of stuff. So he's kind of there too. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. I mean, it was the three bad guys from the first three movies going up the main bad guy of the third movie, which is weird, but okay. It really lacked a lot of focus. I didn't get why so many cared about, what the hell Cobra Kai did. I mean, it's obvious Cobra Kai has a different calling. I get Tori caring that, she found out that the ref was bribed. And I get her wanting to get back at Silver for that. That was one of the clearer motivations of the entire show. The rest of it is just like, I don't know. I mean, I think they can dig out of this trench they've kind of dug themselves into at the end of this season, because who's the antagonist now? Who's going to run Cobra Kai? Because it's not Silver. He's gone to jail. Kreese is presumed dead, so he can't openly. I mean, so they have to have somebody step in between Kreese and the students to be the front man. And to me, it got a little insane when they flew in all these guys to teach this small dojo in Simi Valley. I mean, it was just like, okay. I mean, everything seemed way over the top with Silver. It was like he was doing a Yakuza thing or something. It was really strange and really odd, and it's kind of like the third Karate Kid movie in a way. It's kind of like, this could have been so much better, and it just kind of falls flat, mostly because of Silver. I really believe that's mostly because of Silver, because he wanted it. I don't understand why he wanted a dojo that he could have done himself. I mean, he could have easily just opened it himself and done it somewhere else. Why did he have to do Cobra Kai? Especially since, Kreese had nothing to do with it. I mean, by the time he starts doing his plan, Kreese is gone. And because of him. And, I don't get that whole thing. It didn't make sense. I mean, now Cobra Kai owns every dojo in the valley anyway. So it's like, who's left? What's left? I suppose the woman teacher from Korea, from South Korea. I mean, she's left. I mean, maybe she'll pick up where he left off. I don't know. I guess that would make sense. But yeah, it was a messy season, to say the least. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it as much as the others. I mean, the others were really spot on and really good. And this one. And the other thing is that now everybody's on the same side. So they had to introduce some new characters to fight, to be enemies, and that's and it's like they're not really enemies. They're more like, no, I just want to be a star, Okay, I get you. So yeah, I gotta give this one 2.5 stars. I mean, almost every other season of Cobra Kai I would give 5, but this one's 2.5. It's just messy. This one is messy. So I'm a little disappointed, but the heart will go on. All right. Thank you for watching Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What do you think of Cobra Kai Season 5? Tell me in the comments.